Hello there, welcome back to another video. This is a ZX Spectrum game. It's called Rigels Revenge. It was a budget release, released in the mid to late 1980s by Bulldog Software, I think it was. It was, like I say, it was a budget release. It's a text adventure, so very old school. So don't be expecting any graphics or anything terribly exciting. But what you will find is that we have an interesting story, and it's well written. Now, if you have the Commodore 64 version and the Amstrad, I believe, it is interspersed with a few graphical pictures. There's a little bit of preamble as the game loads, telling you that you're some kind of mercenary landing on a planet, and there's a battle going on between two factions or something. But we'll start the game. Excuse me, I'm just having a drink. But we'll start the game, and this is how the game loads. I've not done anything. This is the beginning. I've printed off the walkthrough for the game because I don't ever remember completing the game. I'm sure I came close, or at least halfway. But there's a couple of areas that used to cause me no end of trouble. One of them was climbing through a window in a broken down building, which caused me loads of trouble. But let's have a go and let's see how far we get. Okay, so this is part 1. The introduction text mentions the fact that you, Harper, a mercenary, have dropped your goggles and you must search for them. So the first thing we have to do, let's move the joystick out of the way. Get out of the way, joystick cable. Nap off. Okay. So the first thing we have to do is Harper scrabbled, wouldn't that be scrambled, about in the dark until he found his nightshades. Where? Goggles. Oh. Why? Oh, Googles. Oh, I'm Googling, aren't I? I'm Google. Google. Where Googles? Okay. Okay. Elliot was nearby, lying in the rubble. There was blood on his clothes. Feebly he beckoned Harper closer. Listen. Rigelians have a doomsday device. Will devastate planet if they lose war. Go east across town. Cross no man's land. Find device, disarm it. But beware, android guard. His voice grew weaker, yet more urgent. Find my light guide, buried in corpse. Use it too. With these words on his lips, Elliot died. Harper was at a junction. There was a hotel to the west. Streets strewn with rubble led north and south, and a gravel path entered the park to the east. Harper could also see Elliot's body. So that is pretty much as much preamble as we get without reading the opening text in the cassette inlay. But I don't have that. Well, that's not true. I do have it somewhere, but it's not at hand. I do have the game, but it's boxed up somewhere, so we shan't bother. Okay, so we've got the goggles, we are wearing the goggles, and we need to go north. The street curved east and south. Harper was beside the skeletal remains of a geodesic dome that once covered the town. Huge shards of plastic glass towered overhead. Through these Harper could see the desert that surrounded the town. So it's a domed town, obviously. Okay, so let's go east. Harper was in the Jewelry and Fur Trading Center. The shops looked expensive, but most had been looted. A makeshift barricade had been erected across the street to the east. Let's go to the barricade. As Harper clambered over the barricade, an automatic weapon started up from within a shop front. Its muzzle swung about, blindly seeking a target. Harper was in the deserted street that ran east and west. Some steps nearby led down to a basement flat. Bullets were flying. Okay, let's go down. Harper dived through the doorway amid a hail of bullets. Now, as you can see, this is a pretty action-packed text that we're reading here. It would make a very good short story. And as a kid, this game had me hooked. My imagination ran wild. I could see the streets, the bullets, the barricade, the robot turret gun. I loved it. And I'm reading this back now, 20 years later. The memories are starting to flash back. Harper dived through the doorway amid a hail of bullets. A little shakily, he got to his feet and looked around. The flat had been stripped of all furnishings and fittings. There was a kitchen to the north and a bathroom to the east. Okay, so we should go north. Harper was in an L-shaped room. A sink unit was set beneath a wide window in the north wall. The back door had been bricked off, and the only exit was south. Let's examine that sink. On a small shelf below the sink, Harper saw a medikit. Oh shit. Okay. Examine. Oh shit. Medikit. The medikit was shaped like a hip flask with a wide belt. It had two large buttons coloured red and green, each with some writing on it. Okay. Can we examine the writing? Please be more specific. Okay, well, it doesn't matter for the moment. Let's examine the window. Security bars were fitted to the frame, into the frame, and the glass was gone. Okay. Forcibly. Now this is what used to get me back in the day. Forcibly remove bars. Harper couldn't do that from here. Okay. Examine the red button. Now this is on your medikit belt. Simulant. Energy. Use only once. Okay. Examine the green button. Examine green button. Now these games were great. High protein energy boost. So these games were brilliant at teaching you how to spell. They also taught logic, and they taught they taught patience, and this is one of the reasons I love them, especially on these low performance, low power computers back in the 8-bit days, and to a lesser extent the 16-bit days. A story like this, like a good novel, could take you on a journey far in excess of anything that a computer could draw or render for you. So let's press the red button. Press red button. Nothing happened. What do you mean nothing happened? Examine red button. Simulant, use once. Right, press red button. That wasn't possible. Alright. Bend bar. Harper couldn't do that from here. Right, okay, so this is obviously something that's gone wrong here. Yeah. Oh, balls. Harper notes not on them. Do you know what? Do you have to stand and get on sync or something? Get on sync. Please use a compass direction. Harper couldn't go that way. Use red. That wasn't possible. Why wasn't it possible? A medikit. Medikit was shaped with two large buttons. Two large coloured red and green. Each of them right. Examine. Red button. This is one of the more frustrating things. Simulant use once. Use red button. That wasn't possible. Press red button. That wasn't possible. Forcibly remove bars. Harper couldn't do that from here. What do you mean you couldn't do it from here? Why can't you? South. North. Harper was in an L-shaped room with the sink unit was set beneath a wide window. Climb. Window. Harper was on the sink next to the wide window. Alright. Press red button. Use red button. Bend. Harper strained, but they would not give. Press red button. Oop. On. But it's not on your belt, is it? Nothing happened. Press green button. Nothing happened. What do you mean nothing happened? That wasn't possible. What do you mean it wasn't possible? Why wasn't it possible? Bloody stupid game. As you can see, this is one of the more frustrating elements of text adventures. If you don't happen to hit the particular phrase that it needs, it will just ignore you, which is a bit of a pain in the arse. But I've done it before. Don't know how I did it before. Oh. Ugh, grunted Harper as the bar came free at the lower end. Alright, one of the bars is free at the lower end. Right, the thing is now, even though I've got a guide here, it doesn't explain what's going on. Right, I can tell you because I remember. You've moved one bar from this window, which means you can't fit through it because it's too narrow. Because you've got a Batman-esque utility belt on. So if we remove the utility belt, we should be able to squeeze through the window. Now this particular puzzle had me stuck for a long time. I don't remember how I got through it. I did get through it. It may well have been a magazine or something that told me how to do it. But I don't remember. I remember doing it though. I did manage to solve this puzzle. Albeit a long time ago. Just looking at my phone that's buzzing. Buzzy McBuzz. Okay, so I think we need to Remove med kit. Harper wasn't wearing it. Oh, wasn't he? Okay. Throw med kit through window. That wasn't possible. Why wasn't it possible? Harper was he's holding, but he's not wearing. Okay, alright, alright, alright. Okay. Harper was holding nothing at all. Alright. A utility suit. Harper couldn't squeeze between the bars. Harper found nothing unusual. Now I think that I've dropped south. Okay. Harper was in L-shaped room. Harper could also see a medikit tank. Oop. Medikit. Harper was on the sink. Just a small way facing north into a dismal alleyway to the north. So what I have to do is get through the window into the dismal alleyway. Now the alleyway, as I remember, is a drop from the window, so you cannot actually get back once you take this step. Now I think you might be injured as well, which is why you need the medikit to revive yourself. So drop medikit through window. That wasn't possible. Okay, so I have a pair of nights out utility suit I'm wearing. Remove you till you. That's not right. Utility suit. Okay.
Shut up and sit down.
Do I throw it? I don't remember. Throw suit through. That wasn't possible. Pass suit through window. Bloody games are a pain in the neck. Bloody phones are a pain in the neck. His birthday suit. Harper was holding on a pair of nightshades. Okay. Can I remove the night? I don't have to remove the nightshades, do I? Surely. I thought you just threw it through the window. Throw. Suit. Window. That wasn't possible. Examine the bloody window. Security bars fitted in the frame. The glass was gone. One of the bars was free at the lower end. Harper shivered a little. Right. So how does one do it? That is the question. Throw medi kit. Okay. What do you mean okay? So if you say throw, he just drops it on the floor. Take Al. Take on me. Take all. Climb window. Harper strain at the bars, but they wouldn't give. The bar was too firmly attached to the top of the frame to come out at that end as well. So is that offering closure to the window? The window is as the window is. Okay, we'll take that. We will take that. Text adventures, don't you love them? No help available. See footnote 2. The footnote 2 says no help available. Medi kit north. Okay, I'm gonna have to look up how to do this or I'm gonna go insane. Okay, back in a moment.